You can get your tickets now for the Progressive 50-50 in support of the Neepawa Curling Club and the Yellowhead Center by scanning the QR code on your screen now. The final draw will be February 12th at 3:45. Tickets are 1 for $3, 2 for $5, 5 for $10, or 12 for $20.
Curling in the small town part of Manitoba is really big in the winter. It's something for the community to do, and it really brings the community together. We can hold annual events like our Bonspiels and our weekly nights. It's really something to do for everyone in the community. You can do it from any age.
You can win a pair of tickets for the 2023 Tim Hortons Brier in London or the 2023 BKT Tires and OK Tire Men's Worlds in Ottawa, plus $500. Or maybe equip your team with a set of 4 of Asham's new Ultra Force brushes. And at the same time, support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum and Curl Manitoba's Curling for Life Endowment Fund. Raffle tickets are available now, 1 for $5, 4 for $10, 10 for $20. Buy online at fundingchange.ca/Curl Manitoba or scan the QR code on your screen right now.
It's a beautiful day here in Neepawa, Manitoba, as we get ready for some of the hottest curling in the province. Hello and welcome. My name is Ken Plating. I am your sideline reporter for this 2023 Viterra Men's Provincial Championship. 2 of the best teams in the province. Number 1, it is Matt Dunstone taking on the number 2 seed, Reed CARRUTHERS. Now, both teams had 1 loss this entire week. However, they have not played each other for the entire event. It'll be an interesting matchup here today as they get ready to take on each other for the first time. We had a chance to talk to both skips before the game. I'm here right now with Matt Dunstone. Matt, this is your first chance to win a Manitoba Provincial Championship. What are the nerves like going into this game so far?
Yeah, obviously there's going to be nerves there, but I mean, there's been nerves going into every game all week, so this is really just another game for us. Feel really good with where we're at, and I mean, it's a great opportunity. You don't get to play in these all the time, obviously, especially in a difficult province like Manitoba, so very excited for today. Okay,
so it's 1 versus 2 in this matchup. You guys against Reed CARRUTHERS and their foursome. How do you guys prepare for a game like this, especially when you haven't seen them all week?
We haven't seen them all week, but we've seen them a lot this year. So I think this is game 6 or 7 against them this year. Just on tour and whatnot, we've kind of joked about this moment. So glad it's finally here.
And what's the game plan for today's game? Are you looking to play offensive, or are you playing a defensive game against your competition?
No, we're going to play offensive. I mean, that's our game. That's how we played this morning. We're not starting with hammer, so we want to get that hammer flipped right away. And the only way you're going to do that is playing offensive and try to create some mistakes out of the other team.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
I'm here right now with the number 2 seed in the province, Reed CARRUTHERS. Reed, you had the little bit easier route to get here. You got the A-side bye. What's the plan going into this game?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't say it's been easy. We've had some crazy games. It's been up and down, but you know, we're having fun. And yeah, it's nice to have the bye to get to the final here, play against a great team. What more could I ask for?
Matt and I were just talking just before this, and we were talking that the fact the Jazz haven't faced each other in this event, but quite often this year you guys have gone toe-to-toe. Just another game for the two of you guys, duking it out?
Well, yeah, the biggest game we've had this year. We've had some great games, though, so I expect going to be the same today.
What's the game plan for you guys out on the ice?
I would say the first couple ends, because they've played this morning, keep it a little bit simple, but after that, it's go for it.
Do you expect an offensive game from them?
Oh yeah, I would think so. You know, we're both qualified for the Brier now based on points, so we're playing for provincial championships, and both teams really want it, so it should be fun.
Every Manitoban, if you're a curler, have wanted to wear a jacket just like this and represent the province of Manitoba. They are fighting for this trophy today, and once they get it and they earn it, they get one of these jackets, and that's what their dream is by the end of the game today. It is Reed CARRUTHERS taking on Matt Dunstone in this 1 versus 2 classic final here at the 2023 Viterra Championship. Now I'm going to throw it up to my two partners upstairs in the very warm media booth. It is the one and only Resby Coots, along with Barry Gorlick. Guys, take it away.
Well, thanks very much, Ken. Here we are in the upper media lounge, we'll call it, Barry Gorlick. Looking forward to a spectacular game. Carruthers, Dunstone, and I'm guessing you can hear the sound of the pipes. Brian English, Grayson Ross bringing in our competing teams, so I think we're just going to stand aside and let that happen.
Ties loosen.
So there you hear the arena announcer. He's announcing the two teams who will compete. Reed Carruthers, who came through the A side of the playoff round, got a one-game break yesterday in qualifying into the top side of the draw. Played Braden Calvert, moved him to the bottom side of the draw. Matt Dunstone moved Steve Irwin out on the bottom side of the page playoff, advanced against Calvert. Dunstone over Calvert this morning. So now we have the game, probably Barry Gerlich, that everyone probably would have bet on, maybe hoped for, except for those obviously cheering for a specific team. But the 1 seed against the 2 seed in the provincial final, it doesn't get better.
It does not. Resby, this morning we got a little bit distracted during our telecast talking about the differences between city slickers and rural folk. You don't have to be from the country, although it sure does help to know the origin of the expression, the cream always rises to the top. That's exactly what's happened here.
And we do have the potential for a remarkable exhibition of curling. Two teams very highly rated on the Canadian team ranking system. Two teams, Barry, an important fact, I think, who have already qualified for the Brier. Whether or not they win here, they have a wild card spot. So that removes the pressure, if such exists, of having to win a Brier trip. The pressure to win a Manitoba championship is very real. I don't argue that. But maybe not the same because they already both are going to the Brier.
Pressure may be not the same, but there's another P word that matters, Resby, pride. This is all about bragging rights and pride. No two curlers in the province more proud than the skips of these two teams.
Well, Reed Carruthers had choice of hammer or color of stones. Not unsurprisingly, selected last rock. Carruthers' team will throw last. Not surprisingly at all, Barry Gorlick. Dean Dunstone, Dean. Now that's the second time today I've generationalized myself, if that's even a word. Dean, the proud father of Matt, sitting up in the stands at the far end watching. Matt Dunstone had no reason not to use the 8 red stones they had used today in the semifinal game. They're absolutely, they worked exactly the way they wanted them to. The Carruthers team, interestingly, picked 6 of the stones. Now they had to stay within the yellows. they picked 6 of the Yellowstones that had originally been here on Sheet C. So they showed that they were completely content, where Calvert had tossed all 8 of the C sheet rocks. So Carruthers is using 6 of the C rocks and 2 of the B rocks.
In a lighthearted way, we referred to the fact that the Redstones kind of match the curling uniforms of Team Dunstone, but it's got nothing to do with that. It's got everything to do with confidence and their belief, after having played with these stones over the course of 5 days, that they are running as true as they need to run for the style of play they like to employ.
So the Dunstone center guard right on that McMahon Yates logo on the center line. Carruthers right around it. I'm going to recite a few more facts received from our remarkable statistician. I've elevated Rick Mutton from outstanding to remarkable with the latest set of information he sent me for today's game. We know, of course, Jeff Stoughton has played in more provincial finals than anyone else. 12 times he played in the provincial final with a remarkable 11-1 record, of course losing famously to that draw to the edge of the ring by the Brent Scales team, which was simply a sweeping job of colossal magnitude. 2 guys who may never have swept another rock in their life, but they made that one in the best they could. Mike McEwen has played in 11 provincial finals with a record of 4 wins, 7 losses. This now is Reid Carruthers' 11th provincial final appearance. His record up to now, 7 wins and 4 losses. 2 guys on the ice moved to 9. Derek Semigalski, BJ Neufeld. Neufeld previously in 8 was a 2-6. Semigalski was a 5-3. Some others at 9. Kerry Burtnick, Jimmy Welsh, Jock Reed, going back in time. All 3 of them were at 5-4. And also at 8, Steve Gould appeared in 8 with 6-2 record. Ken and Grant Watson played in 8, each with 4-4 records. Denny Neufeld, of course, Matt Wozniak with BJ Neufeld played in 8, mostly with the McEwen team, of course, and a record of 2-6. And just to give due to Ryan Harnden, a remarkable record of 13 wins and 1 loss in provincial final games. So thank you to Rick Mutton for that. It sets the stage. We've said forever that no one will catch Jeff Stoughton on the win side of the column. Entirely possible for Reid Carruthers to do that, still at the stage of career where he could. He's at 7-4 now in finals. Could move to 8-4.
And let's add some additional numbers, because we, throughout the week, spoken of the 8 players on the ice as being at the top of their game and top athletes. The 2 oldies on the ice are Reid and Derek, at the ripe old age of only 38.
Remarkable, isn't it?
And the youngsters are Matt and Colton at the remarkably young age of 27. So there's a lot of curling left in all 8 of these men.
So the attempted angle double doesn't work out. Overcurls just that little bit. Knocks that Yellowstone out of the back of the rings. Carruthers throwing yellow. Colton Lott will try to play the hit and the roll.
Control.
With lovely controlled weight, giving the rock over to the brushers.
Clean. Yep. Real hard. Hard. Very good.
So this is the first provincial men's final to be played under the no-tick rule, Resby, which there's no need to describe it to anyone who's listened to our broadcasts either during this event or the Scotties from East St. Paul Arena 2 weeks ago. But the overall objective of the rule, the philosophy behind it, is to increase scoring. So this is an acid test, at least in Manitoba, to see how that has an effect.
Well, the angle run on that center guard doesn't really work out at all. It does remove that redstone, but leaves the biter. Dunstone with a pair. Try to cover with that center line guard.
Top of the logo is good. Okay, line's good, bit of room.
A little bit of room, guys.
Let it work a bit if you can. Talk to me. Okay, go then. Line's low. Off or tight.
Line's good.
Line's great. Top of the logo. Switch
Has
if
to
you're
curl
higher
a
than the
little.
logo. Gotta go. Right to stop. Right to stop. Keep going. Keep going. Very good.
And that's an interesting call, and yet it carries such a strong message. Right to stop. Don't you dare let up. Don't quit. Keep going.
And with 2 feet to go, I thought it had no chance of straddling the center line. And the final position is perfect. Once again, both teams presented with ideal ice conditions. Sheet C has been in use as the television sheet throughout this event.
Once again, the attempt to run that center guard through. Passes between the two Redstones. And Dunstone, as he did earlier today against Calvert, has started with precise execution, getting a bit of not quite as precise execution from Carruthers, and as a consequence, has a minor level of control on the end.
Line's good.
Precision in many ways linked to the fact that the 2 brushers on this rock are as strong as any pair in the game anywhere. And viewers tuning in for the first time will have noticed that Reed Carruthers is short a man. So 1 brusher versus 2, when it comes down to an inch here and an inch here, can determine the outcome of a particular shot.
Final third stone here. Derek Semigalski throwing rocks 4, 5, and 6. Wanted to go across the top, but got the short side of that rock and rolled both out of the rings. That was the objective.
So now, as much distance as possible for Matt Dunstone with his first one, between the rock that straddles the center line and the rock he's about to throw. To come to stop on a spot directly across from it, to try to eliminate any possibility of a double. Still working on scoring a deuce in the opening end with hammer. Pardon me, without hammer. Forcing Reed Carruthers to 1.
And Matt, while he hasn't played Reed this week, no doubt will know that the Carruthers team has played the back half of every game very strongly, but has been occasionally suspect in the early ends. Case in point, down 7-1 to Steve Irwin before mounting a big comeback. And so Matt, comfortable with the idea that if he can split the rings here and make the force, maybe he gets a little bit lucky and comes away with a steal.
Still needs to curl. Line's good. Yep, Pete,
Even them up.
Even it up.
Even them up.
Well, a failure of sweep, that needed to be swept another inch to be even. A remarkable judgment. Both Skip and Third saying get them even. Lott and Harnden knowing absolutely that they would be.
Job done, even though an inch short. No consideration of the double.
Simply not there.
Reed Carruthers trying again the same intern path that Derek Samigalski threw 3 stones down. By now they should know exactly how it's going to move.
Lean. Easy.
Yep.
Yep. Whoa.
Whoa. Yep.
Yep. Yep. Hard.
He'll try to cross the face,
Hard.
roll to this side, get the grouped together for a possible. Right at this moment, it forces Dunstone to play the hit, the run. Very short, foot and a half.
Two-thirds.
Make the roll good.
It's close, but I think you'll be okay.
Looking there at whether that yellow jams on the yellow outside the rings and somehow rolls back to bite.
Speaking of learning things, it's never too old to learn things, Resby. We have learned that the best commentating of the week comes between BJ Neufeld and Matt Dunstone. So your commentators, ladies and gentlemen, will be rather mute whenever they're about to prepare to throw a shot. They're very vocal in expressing not only the ideas about a shot, but the upsides and downsides of what to throw and how to throw it.
And of course, we'll hope there isn't a tidal wave of emails and texts to the Curl Manitoba office saying thank you for that. Hits, jams, rolls right across the rings. Carruthers looks a little bit at whether or not a double exists.
The brush pretty much in the middle of the 12-foot, meaning there's a good solid 5 feet of curl expected. 14.5 referring to the hog time, which we've been seeing all week.
Yeah, Connor's second one was 14.6.
Up the speed by 1/10 of a second, which equates to about 1.5 feet or 2 feet on arena ice like this.
Okay, line's fine. Line's good, Derek. Not curling, bud.
I had light. Can't hurt it. Can't hurt it. Clean. Easy.
So Reed Carruthers draws to the button. He doesn't cover the pinhole, but Carruthers forced to a single point. So again, we see the same pattern that Dunstone played throughout the game this morning, controlling the play, forcing when he could. And if it goes the same, he'll score 2 in this next end. We'll wait and see. Back with that in a moment. Today's sponsor, Sunrise Credit Union. Building a brighter future together.
Eat.
Meet.
Stay.
Canad Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canad Inns. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadinns.com.
Where can you find handmade pizza, classic burgers, scrumptious salads, the finest Manitoba-sourced fried chicken, and so much more? Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
Curl Manitoba is proudly sponsored by Manitoba Pork, locally grown, globally preferred. Back in the arena, the Yellowhead Center, the Viterra Championship 2023. Reed Carruthers forced to take a single point and leads Matt Dunstone by 1. Barry Gorlick, in every bonspiel, in every championship, there's often one shot that you look back on and say that was the great shot of the event. No matter how many good shots are made, there's always that one. Might be hyperbolic to suggest if Reed Carruthers wins this championship, he won it with a shot yesterday against Braden Calvert, and we're going to show you this double angle kill for 2.
No hyperbole at all. You can see the mess out front, And you can see that there was no clear angle to get to the stones in the rings. And Reed somehow saw this shot, whether he has experience as a pool player or not, and threw it perfectly. And just enjoy this for those who weren't with us last evening.
Line's good.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the shot of the week. No hyperbole at all. And if he goes on to win, he'll be thinking about that one as the turning point.
I would say this, if that was not the shot of the week, we're in for a dandy sometime later today, because it was a shot. I think these guys playing the Grand Slams play a few more of those kinds of shots. They see the angles because they play them so often. They play so many more games on these kinds of ice. Reed Carruthers could see that. He could feel it. There was no doubt in his mind that he could make it. And the interesting thing is, no doubt in the mind of his team either.
Exactly. And in the slams, depending on the format, and each slam has a choice as to whether it's a round robin or a double or even triple knockout, you can take some chances early on. Last evening, everything was on the line, and again, Reed saw it, called it, and executed it.
So the Carruthers team plays the center guard, corner guard by Dunstone, around the center guard by Carruthers, around the corner guard by Dunstone. And we have 4 in play. Connor Negevin, his third stone of the end. The draw to the wings under the corner guard, try to get to that rock behind.
Didn't overlap the red rock quite enough for Connor's liking, and Matt Dunstone's making a play on it. Matt's fibbing just a little bit. They aren't almost right beside each other, but he's just trying to get some buy-in from Colton Lott to think of them as being right beside each other, and to come down right on top of the Yellowstone. A delicate weight control shot early in the game.
Just clean, it's close. Clean. Whoa, Ryan, all the way to it. All the way to it, keep going.
And he gets both the tap and the roll, so now has 2 under that corner guard.
You're going this way with it.
Yellow lying first and fourth.
I don't think you'll get too much here.
Let me conservatively estimate that Ryan Harnden weighs 200 pounds. It's more than that, but let's call it 200. From the hog line in, 198 of those pounds were on the head of his brush.
Gotta go! Hard!
Incredible sweeping technique. Great athleticism.
Peels off the guard, wanted to run it through and contact the red stones, but did roll to center. Now has 2 guards on that rock, biting the 8-foot.
Bite the 4.
Never just making this double.
This one?
Yeah.
The shooter's gone. He's nosing this.
Then we go around the center.
It's a high center, like halfway-ish.
Yeah. This situation's not good for us.
Okay, so just stuff this and roll here. Okay, you like control or normal? Yeah, seeing that too. Trying it thin
The
3/4.
experience of a B.J. Neufeld, and perhaps more significantly, the lack of ego of a Matt Dunstone to accept that advice.
Ages don't really matter, but maybe they do. BJ is 36, Matt's 27. BJ's done it all. Matt's done sort of it all.
He's done a good deal of it, for sure he has.
But that's the chemistry of this particular curling team that, as an observer, I find quite remarkable. Egos have been left in their vehicles in the parking lot, and they never actually speak above a bit of a whisper. And you use the word respect, Resby. It's just everywhere with this team. And that leads to confidence, and confidence leads to shot making, and shot making leads to wins. And guess what? That's what athletics and the team sports ultimately are all about.
So when that yellow stone was not removed from the center line in the 8-foot, no guard left, Samagalski had the opportunity and took advantage of that opportunity to remove the pair at the side. Yellow, Carruthers lies 2.
Line's pretty good. Bit of room. Bit of room. Line's great. Line's great. Close, Colton. Hard.
Hard line.
Hard line. Really got to go. Line's good. Fight the 4 here. Yep. Hard. Right to stop. Right to stop. Oh.
Just a hard sweep to get it by that guard. From the giggle, I suspect it touched the back of that yellow stone.
It did. So now, a straight back run back, but the center guard
Just a little medium curl.
above the McMahon and Yates sign means that that's a good 8-foot gap. So a little more challenging. Another in-turn from Derek Samagalski.
Yep.
Pardon me, an out-turn.
Yep. 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 Yep.
And he jams them. 1, 2, 3 yellows in the rings. The red rock is gone.
So a blank at this point seems out of the question, and Matt Dunstone is still trying to fashion a pair, but at least wants to put the pressure on the Carruthers team to have to make a play on his stones.
Clean. 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 Yep. Yep. Hard then. Really got to go.
Playing past the guard, hoping to stick
Hard.
top of the 8-foot circle.
Hard. Hard. Hard.
Rolls center line side, in fact rolls across the center line.
Still get a bit.
Yeah, I agree.
So skip rocks to come.
A thin
Dunstone
half.
throwing red.
Yeah, a thin half of the target rock visible, maybe even less for a right-hander. All about weight control, hack weight being the call.
Yep. 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 Hard. 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 Hard.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say Connor Negavan earned a raise on that shot. And I don't mean a raise of a rock onto a rock. I mean a bigger share of the winnings.
So there's a weight differential between Ryan Harnden and Connor Negavan. But I mentioned all but 2 pounds being on the brush head. Same thing with Connor. Right on his tiptoes.
So again, lying 3 is Carruthers, Dunstone. 2 rocks to come. Carruthers with 1 to come. Dunstone will go around in turn side. The Carruthers shot stone sits top of the 8-foot, biting back out into the 12.
Very common with arena ice, highly unusual with club ice, using the Yellowstone biting the 8-foot as a second guard, hoping to snuggle in right behind it.
Line's good.
Room. Okay, we want to be back 4 for sure, back 8. Pass to curl.
Line's great.
Pass to curl, guys.
Line's great.
Hard. Yep. Make it curl.
So you heard him. He's happy with back 8.
Come on.
Puts it fully on the center line, back 4 foot. Carruthers will follow. Carruthers forced to a single in the first end, facing 2, drew to the button.
Reed, ever conscious of the need for sponsorship in the professional sport of curling.
Carruthers' final stone of the end. Wants to draw to the button as he did with the last rock. If he can get behind the 2 on the in front up the center line or to the red stone at the back, he will have effectively forced.
Curl, Derek. You gotta curl it, bud.
He's got to curl that rock.
That's pretty good. But you heard Matt.
I don't think it's there.
I didn't hear the word don't. As a fan, I want him to try to go for it.
But the truth is, it's almost the same shot to draw to the button or to draw across the face of the button and push that yellow rock back a foot. It's just a case of slight difference in weight, slight difference in sweep. They'll give it a try.
Just a pound more. Very similar.
Hooray. Curling fan speaking.
Final shot, second end. Carruthers forced to a single in the opening end, draw facing 2. Dunstone not prepared to acknowledge that he's been forced to a single, playing a back of 4 foot draw, hoping to curl across the face of the Carruthers stone and just push it ever so slightly on a back angle past his second shot stone.
Room. Clean. Room. Clean, it's close.
Room.
Clean.
Yep.
Hard.
Past the top guard, but over curls to that one top 8 foot. It is a single point, so Reed Carruthers has succeeded in the return force, and it is a 1-1 tie after 2. Oh, you're right. It is not a 1-1 tie. It is a steal. I got ahead of myself. I anticipated the draw was automatic, not that he would rub the guard. So it's a 2-zip. Carruthers over Dunstone. We'll be back with end number 3 in a moment. Today's sponsor, PharmaSave. Canada's community pharmacy is proud to support Canada's community game.
Calling all curlers, novice to pro. Asham Curling Supply's patented rotator disc system lets you customize your slider right in the store. Velcro attachments make it easy to find the sliding platform that's right for you. Shop Asham Curling Supplies, 700 McPhillips, online at asham.com.
You can win a pair of tickets for the 2023 Tim Hortons Briar in London or the 2023 BKT Tires and OK Tire Men's Worlds in Ottawa, plus $500. Or maybe equip your team with a set of 4 of Asham's new Ultra Force brushes. And at the same time, support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum and Curl Manitoba's Curling for Life Endowment Fund. Raffle tickets are available now. 1 for $5, 4 for $10, 10 for $20. Buy online at fundingchange.ca/Curl Manitoba or scan the QR code on your screen right now.
Carruthers up 2-0 after 2, a steal in the second end. Interested fans up in Section I, the Carruthers family, and here's our reporter Ken Platink.
I'm going to get to the details here just in a second. Team Carruthers hot on the ice. The Carruthers clan here in front of me. We're going to do some quick introductions here. You are?
Doug, and their stepfather to Reed.
Okay, and you are?
Donna, mother to Reed.
Okay, and are you related to them?
We are not, but we are faithful.
Oh, okay, well, you just never mind. We're going to keep going, okay? All right. And yourself?
I'm the dad, and I have a job. I have to be Reed's loudest fan.
Are you succeeding?
I'm trying my best.
Okay, and you?
I'm Karen. I'm Reed's stepmom.
Reed's stepmom. Okay, awesome. And you guys?
I'm Emily, and I'm his niece.
His niece, and you are?
I'm Reed's sister Dana, and I'm here representing his amazing wife Jody and his beautiful baby Bo and his dog Jake and his nephew Evan.
Right. So the entire Carruthers clan, but you guys aren't just cheering for one side, is that correct?
Yes, we love both sides.
You love both sides, and you guys are not part of the Carruthers clan, correct? You're the opposition on this side, Ed. If you can just take a look over on this side here, this is the opposition, Team Dunstone. They actually sit together, and I think they cheer against each other to see who can be the loudest. So we're going to keep an eye on them for the rest of the matchup today to see how they do. Now, just a quick question. Who is going to win today and be a provincial champion? We're going to find out in about 8 more ends. So back to you, Resby.
Well, thanks very much, Ken. Some fun there. The Carruthers and Dunstone supporters side by side up in the stands, and so far, lots to cheer about. Some great shots on both sides. Advantage Carruthers at this moment with that miss by Matt Dunstone, just over-curling a little bit on that attempted tap. Maybe Matt got talked into playing a shot that he shouldn't have played. Maybe should have taken the safe one.
Well, here again, as a fan, I love the chance. He'd like it over again. He, for some reason, underthrew it, and he knows that. And 2-0 with 8 ends to go means that the complexion of the game, from Matt's strategic perspective, is going to change a little bit. He's going to really try to claw his way to a deuce right now in the third end. The first part of doing that, having set up 2 corner guards, which Reed, as per textbook, is completely ignoring, at least for now.
Or just come here too.
I should say that I had the pleasure of running into Reed's mom, Donna, before the draw yesterday, and I've known her for more than 40 years before Reed and his sister Dana were born. And as proud as she is of Reed's accomplishments, she didn't want to talk curling. She pulled her phone open and showed me her granddaughter, the firstborn of Reed and his wife Jody. And that's a proper curling fan.
Keep going.
So an attempt to hit and roll to the corner. Moves a couple of yellows around, moves it out of the rings, but the red will stay open past the corner. Carruthers will play it.
Heavy.
Clean. Yep.
Samagalski.
Right up, any roll. Yeah, I got
It's a little bit of a roll. He just wants to get it as far away from those corners as he can so that don't have the easy roll behind. But
I would never suggest that Reed looks perplexed, but I think he's probably a little bit surprised that completely not true to form this week, he's off to a strong start.
Well, he made a wonderful draw with his last stone. The draw to force, he thought. The Dunstone team decided to go for it a little bit, and early in the game would be the key to that. Down 2 at this point, not a devastating deficit.
And here again, playing with the red rock set, Matt knows that his stones, 7 and 8, are running identically. He had just thrown down that path, and nobody would have been more surprised than Matt Dunstone at the fact that he came up that short. So it was a high percentage shot, so long as your name is Dunstone.
Samagalski's second of 3. He'll hit. Roll right across, a little rub, rolls out of play.
Freeze that in there.
There was a time when curlers had a perhaps deserved, perhaps not, reputation for not exactly being athletes. All you need to do is listen to Connor Negavan's grunting to understand the level of exertion involved in brushing that rock the length of the ice.
Neufeld will play past the 2 corners.
Line's good. Sliver tight.
So this is the path where this rock will finish big time.
Really got to go. Never off this. Come on, Colt. Come on, you got
hard.
Does sweep it just past those 2. It's going to peek out on the open side.
That rock moved 8 feet, and rather than traveling 126 feet from the hack to the tee line, probably traveled about 135 feet. And yet BJ was able to judge its weight perfectly, as were the sweepers.
So Carruthers will now follow it with Samagalski's final stone of this 3rd end.
And this is exactly where this end is going to get really interesting. He cannot afford to be heavy.
Wide up the center line, not cutting at all yet.
So 13.8 compared to 14.6.
Needed that stone at minimum to stop in the rings.
Hit and roll on top. Yeah. I like that in-turn.
In-turn control.
Yeah, or just board.
In-turn board, I like that.
The much needed 2 spot on the scoreboard is within Team Dunstone's grasp.
Clean. Yep. Really got to go. Never off it, Colt. Whoa.
This rock is going to over curl. Does hit and roll out. In fact, leaves the Yellowstone biting the back of the rings.
Fresh there too. I didn't think I kicked out that one.
Commentator's curse, Resby. So an outright miss by Derek and a half miss bordering on a full miss by BJ. Carruthers is back in the end.
So Reed will try to go around the guards to the corner stone sitting on the just above the tee line.
I head close.
Easy, Derek. Okay, it's quick here, bud. Line's good. Holding like it's close, bud.
Looks close. Line's good. Where is it? Clean. Clean. Curl side. Curl side. Pull.
Nestles right beside it. Happier with 4 inches short of that, so he's nestling the front edge rather than the back.
Even happier with what essentially would have been a corner freeze. Dunstone thinks it's vulnerable, and he's right. All linked all the way back to both the movement in these rocks and the quality of the ice. We'll let you listen to the deliberations. He's making a play on it.
He'll want to come to the nose of it, I think. Couple of reds buried.
So you can see how much less ice he's taking than Reed took in order to get there. The key is not to overthrow this, and if needed, to rely upon inside brusher Colton Lott to hold it straight.
Whoa.
Dunstone's first stone underway.
Close. Whoa. Ryan.
Pete, hard.
Whoa.
Whoa. Colton, hard.
Colton.
Hard.
Colton.
Right to it.
Hard.
Right to it.
Whoa.
That is pretty perfect.
Good. Should have something pretty natural.
Shut up.
Good. Should have something pretty natural. I'm seeing this. There we're good. I'm seeing bump. Forward? Yeah.
Just for those newer to the game, synonymous terms, bumper and board, referring to the exact amount of weight that an unimpeded rock would need in order to travel just to the advertising bumpers, foam pads with Viterra logo on them, behind each sheet. And the Scottish teams refer to that also synonymously as barrier. For those who are fans of Bruce Mowat.
So Carruthers, you heard him say, the bumper weight. Try to come across the face of this target stone a little bit. Push it out down to the center line. Roll a little bit to the outside. And he does hit and roll right away, giving Dunstone the hit 4-2.
How's that look?
Just underthrowing a little bit, Barry.
Yes. And despite absolute best efforts, Connor Negevin this time couldn't hold it. Once the rocks are going on this ice, with the sharpness of the running surface, they're gone. I alluded in an earlier broadcast to the fact that some club curlers who were very proud to compete this week were quite shocked at the fact that you can lose a rock that otherwise in a club setting you'd be able to hold.
So Carruthers and Connor Negavan look on at the back of the rings as Matt Dunstone throws his final stone.
Clean up. Clean. Whoa.
Looking for a nose hit.
Just clean to it.
Rolled a little either way off this for a deuce. Acknowledged. Nose hit. 2-2 tie after 3. Carruthers and Dunstone. Carruthers with last rock in the 4th.
We hope you're enjoying this Manitoba Championship Curling, brought to you by Seagram's 83, Manitoba's favorite Canadian whiskey.
At McMunn & Yates, we've always believed that good neighbors make for better communities. McMunn & Yates has everything you need for your next project, right at your fingertips. And McMunnandYates.com will always be there, ready to help.
You work hard to keep it all together. And when you need a little help, we're there. At PharmaSave, we see you.
Live well with PharmaSave.
Back in the Yellowhead Center, 2-2 tie Dunstone Carruthers. An end ago, I had a generational slip when I referred to Matt Dunstone as Dean Dunstone. Dean, Matt's dad, is in fact here in the arena in Neepawa, and he is with Ken Platink.
Well, it was a big end for Team Dunstone in the 3rd, picking up 2, and there was nobody happier than this guy sitting right beside me right now. This is, of course, Dean Dunstone, Matt's dad. Dean, what did you think about the last end, first of all?
Yeah, muchly needed. Got down too early, so had to definitely needed that to come back and get back on even terms here.
Being on even terms is great, but being nervous is something that's kind of common for the curlers at this point. What's it like for a dad out here right now to be sitting here watching? Are you even more nervous than your son on the ice?
I am probably the most nervous person in this building at this point. I try not to show it a little bit, but yeah, it's definitely hard watching the kid, no matter what age and how it is, but it's definitely nerve-wracking.
And you've watched a lot of championships in your time with your son. And cap off here finally in Manitoba. He has won other provincial championships, of course not here. How proud would you be to see him wearing the yellow and brown of Manitoba?
I'd be extremely proud. This is what it's all about, the Buffalo that every Manitoba curler wants to win, and I know this means a lot to Matt and his team. I know they really want it bad, so that just makes it much more special if they can get to it.
Yeah, nice to see him back in Manitoba too, correct?
Absolutely, very excited. When I heard he was coming back, everybody was very excited, and he might have been the most excited. I think he really wanted to play for Manitoba. So.
Well, thank you so much, and prediction at the end of this game?
I think it's going to come down to last rock, and I'm going to definitely have to say Dunstone makes a last rock draw for the win.
Resby, I don't think you have to call the rest of I think this is all done from here. So right down to the last rock, 10th end, it'll be Team Dunstone with the victory. We'll have to see, though. We'll see how we do. Okay, back to you, Resby, upstairs.
And let's just add, for benefit of those who know the Dunstone family, we acknowledge that Dean has not only played in a bunch of championships, he is in fact a Manitoba champion, a Manitoba mixed champion not so many years ago. And the genetics go back to Jim and Carol, the grandparents, also Manitoba and Canadian mixed champions. Both Jim and Dean, fierce competitors, did their best over their curling careers to win this Buffalo for Manitoba that Dean has a chance to win, or that Matt has a chance to win. I did it again. But we'll see if Dean's prediction comes true.
The only quarrel I have with Dean's prediction, Resby, is I have a feeling it might take an 11th end this afternoon.
A Colton Lott double kill. Carruthers will look at peeling off a pair of guards. Bit of a stumble for the Carruthers team to give up the deuce, but they do still have last rock. Same last rock they had at the start of the game.
The advantage being That last rock now being on the even ends.
Yep. Whoa.
Whoa.
Good throw.
So if it plays out through the remaining 7 ends, Carruthers mathematically will have 4 last rocks to Dunstone's 3. And with a tie game, again, purely mathematically, and that's why they play the game on slippery ice, Carruthers should win by 1 point. Stay tuned.
In the room right now, line's good. You can go if you need.
So Negevins attempt to peel both guards off. He killed one, rubbed the other to move it a little further away from the center line, but not very far, and Dunstone will go around it. Colton Lott's second stone.
Stop on this line. Right to stop on this line. Come on. Keep going.
Good shot. Here, wait. Either this or this. Okay.
The ability, Barry, to change from a high weight running double kill to a very precise draw, also impressive.
Yep.
I can describe it from personal experience. It's actually impossible, Resby.
Whoa.
Of course, it's hundreds of hours of practice and thousands of rocks thrown, but somehow, not only getting your brain to understand the difference, but your entire central nervous system to understand the difference. The difference between the kind of leg drive that is simply physically impossible for me to do, to throw a rock 6 seconds hog to hog, as opposed to throwing the rock 14.6 seconds hog to hog, which I am able to do on a good day, is extraordinary. And controlling the big muscles for any athlete is the toughest part of the game. And these athletes do it time and time again. And I'm not even talking about any adrenaline rushes they might experience while doing it.
Just go. Go right to stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Got to get off the line. Got to get it off the line. Keep going.
Meaning we've got to get it across the line. And he does exactly that, and once again places it top 8 foot almost perfectly. This time the run through is a yellow Carruthers stone, so a jam here. Not an unhappy result, but it leaves it very high in the rings. And probably a better result for the Carruthers team to roll it open.
Right. And we've seen so far in the game, getting the perfect roll has been a challenge for both teams. Such is the liveliness of the rocks and the fact that the rings are running as quick as the draw paths themselves.
Clean, it's close.
Whoa. Has to throw.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Neufeld, first stone here. Or last stone, I'm sorry. Of the fourth. Nose hit.
I think we just do this.
Yeah, Reed's saying to Derek, let's not get too fancy.
What's that?
Let's roll wide.
I don't mind it.
It's our guard, right?
Yeah.
And now he's being
Bump.
not talked out of it, but being
What do you like?
democratically suggested out of it.
Weight's great.
It'll be his intern.
Little big. Little big.
Little hotter than they wanted.
Yep.
Probably means nose hit.
Yep. Any roll. Okay.
Hit. Shot.
Little bit of a fade out, but really a nose hit.
Yeah. I think we're really close to the edge here.
A further example of how tricky a perfect roll is, at least so far in the game, as the pebble wears down a bit, there will be more available movement. Something these teams these top teams like to play with. Matt Dunstone's inviolable, never varying pre-shot routine.
Clean. Whoa, 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 whoa. Clean. Clean.
Ryan.
Whoa, Ryan.
Clean. Clean.
Ryan. You gotta go, Ryan. Not bad.
And once again, they don't get the roll they're looking for.
I agree. That's what I'm thinking. And like, it's worse, I got an easy throw. Right? Okay, bump. Let's see it. Inch more. Okay. Yeah. Snows.
So here Reed is cutting down the weight, throwing bump, giving Derek the maximum opportunity to hold the rock on its line if needed by brushing from the inside.
Clean. Off then. Curl.
Curl, Derek.
Curl there.
Easy.
Clean. Clean.
Curl, curl.
Clean. Clean. You're good. You're good. You're good. Little roll's fine. Good shot.
Yeah, roll it behind it.
Now it's a lot easier.
Control weight.
Yeah, I think
Same broom, yep.
This end setting up as a blank, shortening the game by one end, and changing the dynamic of last rock from 4-3 to 3-3.
Clean.
Gotta go then.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Ryan.
Ryan. Ryan.
Ryan really hard.
Hard, Ryan. Hard, Ryan. Hard. Roll it. Roll.
Whoa, whoa.
But does roll right across center, open on the outside. So Carruthers with the opportunity to blank.
I think I can see enough, eh? Halfish. Yeah.
Give you the timer on my.
It's like a centimeter ice. Yeah.
Final stone, fourth end. Carruthers, Dunstone, 2-2.
Yep.
And Carruthers gives back the miss from earlier, rubs the guard, leaves Dunstone with a steal of 1. Dunstone 3, Carruthers 2. As we go to the fifth end.
Thank you for joining us for this Manitoba Championship draw, brought to you by Seagram's VO. Masterfully blended, distinctly Canadian.
At Viterra, we believe in the power of connection. Our world-leading agriculture network connects producers and consumers to supply top-quality food ingredients each and every day. Our team takes great pride in working closely with farmers to help feed the world. It's something we've been doing for over 100 years. And as an industry leader, we're dedicated to playing a critical role in meeting the needs of a growing world. Because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
Calling all curlers, novice to pro. Ashland Curling Supply's patented rotator disc system lets you customize your slider right in the store. Velcro attachments make it easy to find the sliding platform that's right for you. Shop Ashland Curling Supplies, 700 McPhillips, online at ashland.com.
Well, folks, one of the highlights of my year, each year, either Scotties or Viterra, is to be able to introduce the young people who participate in the provincial hit draw tap competition. They play in 3 age groups, 6 to 8, 9 and 10, 11 to 13. They play hits, rock on the button. They play a tap or tap from the front of the rings to the button, and they play a draw to the button. And of course, the little people play the short game. The older 2 groups play the long game. And I'm just going to tell you who the winners were. We had kids from across the province. In the youth group, the 6 to 8 group, we had Marley Hildebrand from Riverview as the winner. We had Allie McCannell from Pilot Mound placing second. Addison McLaughlin from Deer Lodge placed third. In the 9 and 10-year-old group, the winner was Claire Bartley from Deer Lodge. In second place, after a playoff for a tie, Isabel McCutcheon from Carberry was the winner. And the third place player in that 9 and 10-year-old group was Quinn Sapatelli from Burntwood. And then in the older group, the 11 to 13-year-old age group, the winner was Tyler Graham from St. Anne. Second place went to Rhett Dick of Morden. Third place went to Carson Salmon of Selkirk. A lot of excitement, and due credit to the ice makers, Greg Owasco, Matt Rankin, the entire volunteer ice crew. They put in a long week here at the championship, and they willingly get the ice ready. Championship ice conditions for these young people to play that hit, draw, tap competition. And Barry, the smiles on the faces of the kids just makes a grandfather really happy.
It's the best. Just the best. Keep those names in mind for the 2043 Scotties, 2043 Viterra.
Line's good. Line's good. Line's great.
I was walking into the building after the competition from the parking lot as the parents were walking on air with their children who were walking on even more air. The level of excitement was just absolutely charming.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun every year. And we've had one young person, a young lady by the name of Stephanie Filius, who actually played in the very first of the hit, draw, tap competitions, and a year ago went to the Canadian Junior Championship as a member of Team Manitoba. So an indication that you start small. One of the development programs of Curl Manitoba, and an important part of what they're doing.
And the most interesting spectator component of it, when you think about the physics of the sport of curling that we've alluded to from time to time this week, is that many of those young competitive athletes weigh less than the rock.
Exactly. That's all we saw as we were blathering on there about the hit, draw, tap, that the official had to bring out the measuring stick to determine whether or not that yellow Carruthers stone was biting or not. Turned out not.
With the result that it couldn't be touched under the free guard zone rule as opposed to the no tick rule.
Going on top of his.
Okay.
You guys like that?
Top 8.
So now we are looking to develop a line of stones frozen together. The string of granite pearls that is going to center play in the scoring area along the center line.
Line's good. Bit of room. Whoa. Yep. Line's great. Hard. Line's great. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Bit of room here. Go ahead, Ryan. Right to it. All the way to it, Ryan. That's almost best you can do. Yeah.
That's cool.
So there we go. We have the red, yellow, red lineup. Just enough of a stagger on them that a red rock run through on that center line stone should in fact remove both reds and roll the promoted stone out of play. We'll see. It's Connor Negavan who will give it a shot. Dead kill 2 Reds. The promoted stone did not go out of play, but stays dead behind that center line guard. The interesting thing, we can confirm one of those times when we are rarely able to confirm, but the yellow rock at the top of the rings is not biting, proven by the fact that the measurement was made to determine if it was in or out of the free guard zone.
Hard.
Now the Colton lot run through.
Whoa. Whoa.
Shot.
Made successfully, leaves that center line guard just off the center line.
So as they approach the 5th end break, they've decided to turn up the excitement a notch. They've decided to build up an appetite for their snack during the break, and they are throwing,
You can play this in or you play
pick
the
your
out.
descriptive term, darts, bullets, 6-second wait, 5.5-second wait, all the way down to, we saw a 4.97 last evening from Colton.
Clean. Yep.
Samagalski with the out turn.
Gotta go. Hard con. Hard con. Good shot.
Rolls, bite the button. Might be in that hole.
Yeah, even though the stagger on that port is backwards, there's plenty of room to get to it. It's a really good look from the hack for a right-hander.
And that right-hander is B.J. Neufeld.
And the really good look he's getting was with his nose about 4.5 inches off the ice.
Needs to get it through that port. Does just that. Makes that hit and roll dead behind.
Gee, this is fun. Perfect weight control. A few licks by the brushers. The broom put in exactly the right spot. The expected outcome.
This is Derek Samagalski on an out turn.
Oh, good. Nice sweep.
And kudos from skipper Reed Carruthers to Connor Negavan on the sweep on that one.
Never double that, hey? Just here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like top 8.
Yeah, bite the 4. Line's sliver tight here. Hard line. Hard line. Line's good. Where are we?
Line's really good.
Line's great, guys. Bite the 4.
Here again, that rock is 2.5 feet off the center line at the hog line.
Go ahead.
And here it is crossing the center line.
Hard.
Fully buried.
Carruthers will play another run back, or seriously look at it at least.
Okay. No, it's like 2/3. Yeah, 2/3. No.
An out-turn hit trying to come across the face of the target rock to catch 2/3 of it.
Well, yep, yes!
And rolls his rock to the corner, and the promoted stone after the collision with the red rock and the 4-foot rolls to the corner as well.
Both teams are really feeling it now. They've settled into the ice has come to them, and they're putting on a display.
Dunstone in the hack for the first of skip stones here. and the roll to bite, not quite on the center. Just enough of a stagger there that Reed Carruthers sees an opportunity to go around them.
Yeah, they would have preferred to have it lined up perfectly for a future raise takeout, but the stagger does mean that Reed has the chance to come around and try to fashion a skip's deuce.
Bite the 4. Touch less. Yeah. Even a touch less. Remembering theirs. Yeah, that's good. 15-3.
Wow. That equates to about 26 seconds. The full length of the rock's run, so the ice has really come into a level of arena speed that these teams enjoy and look for.
Curl. Curl. Straight curl. Straight curl. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go.
That's all the go I got, he says.
I don't hate the freeze. He just threw this. I think hack makes it nothing. Then I like the hack. See what it looks like from the hack?
How's that look?
Looks maybe minimums. You think? Yeah.
Right there?
Yeah.
Just hack?
Yeah,
What it looks like from the hack is you see none of the target rock. But
you could also just do something like this too, Matt.
Yeah. What do you guys like?
I think this is BJ Neufeld
might be
saying
the shot.
this is a pretty tough shot.
I'm seeing this happen.
Just tap it out of the 4 foot.
It's edge on edge, Beach.
they took a chance on
if I
a
touch the guard, I'm gonna
pretty
hit our red
tough
anyways.
in-turn shot once already
you
in
like the
this
hack?
game.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And they are about to enjoy a fifth end break. And the worst feeling in the world would be to go into the fifth end break not executing an important shot such as this. So here we go.
It is a Matt Dunstone in-turn hack weight. His final stone here on end number 5. Reed Carruthers over curled on a peel last end to give up a steal of 1. The call suggests he's going to curl to that guard. Just rubs it and slides past.
And Colton Lott was crushing it the entire length of the ice.
So, opportunity now for Reed Carruthers to put his first deuce on the scoreboard.
This isn't visible to our viewers, but Matt Dunston is leaving the ice surface. Going to take an extra minute to collect his thoughts. Just going to regroup.
I'd more. Clean.
This is a draw that simply needs more than a half-inch bite of the 12-foot circle. Dunstone has a rock with that little bit of a bite. This one's beginning to curl, get pretty close to that red stone you can see coming into view. Slides just by it and would stop. Tapped against a little bit of a demonstration for the Dunstone team. This is the line you needed to throw. So it is a deuce for Reed Carruthers. He takes a 4-3 lead at the mid-game break. We'll be back after that break.
You can support your curling club or the curling club in your community by buying tickets now in Curl Manitoba's online 50/50. After you win the big prize in the March 31st draw, 100% of the proceeds will be dispersed to the curling clubs of Manitoba for their use as needed. All you have to do is be sure to click the button to assign your ticket purchase to the curling club you wish to support. To purchase your curling club's 50/50 tickets, go online to fundingchange.ca/Curl Manitoba or scan the QR code on your screen now.
It means coming together, helping one another, being there, showing support. That's community. Getting together with your chums you want to curl with.
It's important to volunteer, help out as much as we can.
I love curling.
I love curling.
RME, proud sponsor of Curl Manitoba and the Scotties Women's Provincials. With 10 locations in Manitoba, RME is your preferred Case IH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Curl Manitoba is proudly sponsored by Manitoba Pork, locally grown, globally preferred.
Why not? Just watch. Why not? Keep scrolling, I slide. Why not?
As a broadcaster and Hall of Fame football player, I'm constantly in the lab of life. For 15 years, my friends at Knott Auto Corp have been pioneers as well.
Why not?
Introducing Winnipeg Car Lab, custom car wraps, graphics, and auto
Why
services. Winnipeg, why not get in the lab?
Curling in the small town part of Manitoba is really big in the winter. It's something for the community to do, and it really brings the community together. We can hold annual events like our Bonspiels and our weekly nights. It's really something to do for everyone in the community. You can do it from any age.
Where can you find handmade delicious pizza, classic burgers, scrumptious salads, and the finest Manitoba-sourced pressure-cooked fried chicken? From small towns to big cities with 38 locations, Chicken Chef is comfort food you can count on. We're your made in Manitoba chicken choice, and pizza choice, and salad choice, and so much more. Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
You work hard to keep it all together. And when you need a little help, we're there. At PharmaSave, we see you.
Live well with PharmaSave.
You can win a pair of tickets for the 2023 Tim Hortons Brier in London or the 2023 BKT Tires and OK Tire Men's Worlds in Ottawa, plus $500. Or maybe equip your team with a set of 4 of Asham's new Ultra Force brushes. And at the same time support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum and Curl Manitoba's Curling for Life Endowment Fund. Raffle tickets are available now, 1 for $5, 4 for $10, 10 for $20. Buy online at fundingchange.ca/Curl Manitoba or scan the QR code on your screen right now. You can get your tickets now for the Progressive 50/50 in support of the Neepawa Curling Club and the Yellowhead Center by scanning the QR code on your screen now. The final draw will be February 12th at 3:45. Tickets are 1 for $3, 2 for $5, 5 for $10, or 12 for $20.
At McMunn & Yates, we've always believed that good neighbors make for better communities. McMunn & Yates has everything you need for your next project, right at your fingertips. And McMunnandYates.com will always be there, ready to help.
It is the Yellowhead Center in Neepawa, Manitoba, the 2023 Viterra Championship. Reid Carruthers just now with a deuce to go up 4-3 on the Dunstone team. A bit of a back and forth game, a couple of breaks either way. And here's what it's about. The 7th different trophy that curlers across Manitoba have played for in the 98-year history of the event. 4 different sponsors. The current sponsor, Viterra, and that is the Viterra Championship Trophy that these young men on the ice are competing for. Carruthers with a deuce. Dunstone now with hammer playing the 6th end.
No disrespect, but I much prefer the tall trophy that the kids were playing for, Resby.
Yeah, you saw that picture if you were with us a little while ago. I stand 6'2"-ish, let's just say, and that trophy, the top of it's a couple 3 inches above my head. We claim it to be in Manitoba curling the tallest, not the most elegant, not the most expensive, but the tallest trophy in curling worldwide. And each year the 3 kids who win the 3 age categories of the hit, draw, tap have their name inscribed on that trophy. And if we hear that somewhere across the country, across the world, somebody comes up with a taller trophy, I believe we have an absolute commitment to adding to ensure we retain the title.
Center guard, corner guard, rock behind the center guard, rock about to be behind the corner guard.
Top 8. Top 8, top 4. Line's great.
Importantly, Matt Dunstone has hammer in 6. May well end up with hammer in 8 and hammer in 10. But he's down a point. So this game is going right to the finish. And the perfect conditions and the quality of play makes it unlikely that you're going to see a number any larger than a 2 put on the scoreboard at any point in the remaining 5 ends of this game.
I would agree with that assessment. It's going to be a very interesting second half. I mentioned worldwide, and while we can't say hello to everyone who has sent us notes listening across the curling world, hello to our friend Lauren DePape in New Zealand, who's connected once again. Says he's not prepared yet to predict an outcome. He likes the way this game is being played as curling entertainment. He also agrees that the shot we showed of Reid Carruthers' double angle kill yesterday, absolutely the shot of the week. He concurs with that. And then he gives us the weather report from New Zealand. Barry, a 3-day tropical storm raging. Perfect weather to watch curling, he says, from New Zealand.
You're always welcome back in Winnipeg, Lauren. No tropical storms here, and as I mentioned yesterday on the drive out, not a single bug on my windshield in the entire 2 hours and 30 minutes of the trip.
Colton Lott, his first shot of this end.
Hard! Gotta go.
He'll drive through the top rock, contacting, rolling both yellows in the forefoot, rolling one, leaving it in play, but in fact, as second shot rock.
These 2 top teams putting on a real hitting show for the large crowd here today. And for those watching, red is shot, so essentially a triple kill.
I don't like that. Double's fine.
Okay, make it half. Half. This will curl.
So this is the Samogolski in-turn hit. He wants to pass by, close by the guard to get the inside of the red stone. Slide across and kill the other. Perhaps I misspoke. Perhaps he was trying to play the slash.
He was playing the slash.
But left that rock dead behind the guard. Maybe should have played my call.
And there was a little bit of a, not so much indecision as a question from Derek himself, whether he really liked it or not, and whether that affected his delivery. The fact is the outcome wasn't what they wanted.
Hit a rope. Line's good. Up, back four. Okay, it's got some moving to do. You're not on it.
So with shot stone, top
Go ahead. You're going to get to about a third.
wide behind the corner guard
Right to it.
in the 12-foot.
Keep going.
Dunstone asks Lott to go deep.
Maximum
on the-
separation.
Deep on the other side of the rings. Would have, in fact, liked to have been a little deeper, right to the yellow one. But
No, this will curl. Close. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
rolls away.
But in fact, it didn't curl. Reed thought it would. Derek wasn't so sure. Another attempt to come deeper
Just go then.
and potentially right back to that Yellowstone
Just
to
never
act
off
as
this.
backing.
Line's good, guys.
Never off this.
Sliding really good. Yeah, just keep it going. Keep it going.
Never leaving this, guys.
Keep it going.
Keep going. Keep going.
Hard, Pete.
Keep going. Good. Good sweep, guys.
Good sweep, guys.
Maximum separation.
What turn you like? Okay. Normal?
Yeah, it's close. Got it.
Yep.
Heavy.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. 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 Whoa. Sit the yellow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ah, beauty.
Rolls across to be shot stone.
Just control.
The whole idea there being to make it as difficult as possible for Matt Dunstone to roll back out to the left side of the 12-foot as we view it. Separation being Matt's friend and the Carruthers team's enemy.
Clean. Yep. They gotta go. Hard. Gotta go. Keep going. Good sweep. Good, good, good. We're on the nose. Good shot.
I think I'm just nosing like bears. Yeah. Intern was easy. Right there. Yeah.
So we're down to skip stones
Derek, give me the other one.
from early in the end.
Just playing a nose hit.
From early in the end, Dunstone has had that rock tucked under the corner guard.
So this is interesting. Derek put the number 7 rock in front of the hack, and Reed asked for the other one, assuming it's the number 8. So they know that one cuts a little bit more than the other.
Clean only.
Clean.
So you're guessing they saved the cutter for the next shot?
Yes.
Gotta go.
Yep.
Mark.
Yep.
Oh.
Rolls over a little bit, fully open.
He was just trying the nose hit, so now the distance of a rock, nearly 12 inches, its diameter, will move that rock even closer to the top of the 12-foot ring, with Reed thinking to himself he wants to have the maximum opportunity with his last one to make a hit and roll. And take away a 2-point end from Matt Dunstone.
First stone of the end for Dunstone. An in-turn hit.
Yep. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Clean.
Clean.
Whoa.
Whoa. Ryan.
Clean. Clean.
Ryan.
Whoa. Ryan hard.
Ryan. 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 Ryan.
Going to get the side of it. He's going to roll and roll right to that Yellowstone. Does he roll past it?
Appears to have stopped just in time.
Just nose. Okay, I'm seeing intern and normal.
Try to note right on the nose.
Yeah.
Not the easiest little shot.
Yeah, let's play the out at it. It's probably easier to play the out. Okay, so out with control and give me just a touch more. Yeah, good.
Shot. Yes.
Control there. Out turn.
Not wanting to take any risks with his in-turn, where the line earlier in the end fooled him a little bit on 2 of Derek Samagalski's throws. So playing the out turn. Nice control weight. 9.5 for 9 seconds, hog to hog.
Nose hit will give him shot rock.
Clean. Whoa.
Curl.
Whoa. Curl.
Curl. Curl, Derek. Right to it, bud. Right to it. Right to it. Right to it.
Okay.
Right to
Whoa.
it.
Whoa.
Right to it. Right to it.
Got it. Like control or board?
No, I like control.
You make a control right there.
Yeah, that looks good.
So for Matt Dunstone, a chance to score back the deuce he gave up an end earlier. Nose hit following the nose hit shot by Carruthers.
And Matt is going to play his
A
in-turn.
little bit less than that. Just control.
Trusting his brushers to either hold it, in the case of Colton Lott on the inside, or move it a little bit, carve it a little bit, in the case of Ryan Harnden on the outside.
Final shot of the 6th. An in-turn hit by Matt Dunstone.
Hard Ryan. Hard Ryan.
Clean.
Hard Ryan. All the way Ryan.
That combination of calls suggests we've got a nose hit. Rolls back a little to that stopper, and it is a deuce for Matt Dunstone, and he retakes the lead 5-4 after 6 completed ends. We'll be back with end to number 7 in a moment.
Today's sponsor, PharmaSave. Canada's community pharmacy is proud to support Canada's community game.
At McMunn & Yates, we've always believed that good neighbors make for better communities. McMunn & Yates has everything you need for your next project, right at your fingertips. And McMunnandYates.com will always be there, ready to help.
You can support your curling club or the curling club in your community by buying tickets now in Curl Manitoba's online 50/50. After you win the big prize in the March 31st draw, 100% of the proceeds will be dispersed to the curling clubs of Manitoba for their use as needed. All you have to do is be sure to click the button to assign your ticket purchase to the curling club you wish to support. To purchase your curling club's 50/50 tickets, go online to fundingchange.ca/Curl Manitoba or scan the QR code on your screen now.
Back into the Yellowhead Arena in Neepawa, Manitoba. Matt Dunstone has scored a pair here on the fifth end, retaking the lead, given up a deuce to Reed Carruthers on the fifth end. Two back on the sixth. 5-4 lead, Dunstone over Carruthers.
Line. Hard line. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Should be heavy. 14-5.
Just right to the tee line behind the guard, corners out a little bit.
With Hammer, Reed Carruthers making the decision not to put up a corner guard, but to be first in.
Line's a little tight. T-line. Line's good.
On offense from the first lead stone.
I got bumping right now. Okay, line's really good. Close line. Hard. Really got to go.
Still there.
You're never off it.
Still bumping.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa.
Bumping quite a bit.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Out.
Whatever you like.
I don't mind this either. Okay, bump.
You want, this is your six.
Yeah. Clean. Clean. Yep, yep. Yep. Clean.
Hard.
Clean. Yep.
Hard. You gotta
Clean.
keep it.
Whoa. See
Roll
with
it.
yellow. Yellow. Yep,
Roll
yep,
it.
yes, yes, yes. Control.
So facing two Yellowstones, we'll see Dunstone ask a lot to play the outside one.
With the idea of rolling right in front of the Yellowstone at the back of the forefoot to cut down the size of the scoring area to the button.
But rolls right across the face of it. Carruthers putting on the sweep, the former second. May not have succeeded in getting it right out of the rings. Confirms that with the, I think it's in call.
Like going around?
No, I like hitting.
Yeah, I know, but it's blank is going around. Whatever you like, bud. I'm good with anything.
What do you like? Well, I agree, yeah. Blanks in play. Yeah. Easy.
Reed Carruthers wanting to preserve Hammer for the eighth end, the even numbered end,
Clean.
by blanking this one.
I think a legitimate factor can also be maybe we can save some sweeping this end because I'm tiring these two guys out despite the fact they're in remarkable condition and great sweepers. So a light sweeping end could pay dividends later.
Yeah, and even an easy end. They know it's going to come down to the final moments.
Whoa, then. Ryan, big. Ryan really got to go. All the way to this.
This
Keep
one
going.
has to come
Keep
across.
Going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Roll it out a bit. That's great.
It's a funny look from the hack. Before the rock gets to the hog line, you think it has no chance. And it almost ends up nose hitting it. This now in the 7th end, though, with a lot of play down the intern side, the pebbles being worn down considerably, and we're seeing even more movement with lightweight shots, lightweight hit shots.
Whoa, curl. Curl, 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 curl.
He will hit. He'll roll wide. Will he roll out? Yes, he will.
Good throw, Derek.
There goes the idea of saving Connor Negevin, at least.
First of third stones, BJ Neufeld.
Just clean. Yep. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
He in turn rolls off the rings.
Looks as though both teams are kind of wanting to get to the next end. It's just
They surely do.
a little
In turn or out.
less concentration, a little less intensity.
Thinner than half.
This end really isn't working out for either team.
Yep. Yep, 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 yep. Gotta go. Oh boy.
Put something in front of one of his, yeah.
Okay.
What do you think for speed in relation to that one coming home here?
Try to force some kind of a jam. If that doesn't happen, this will go through to a blank. Neufeld's second stone of this end.
Oh, that was aggressive.
Line's good. Really good line.
Line's really nice, guys.
Line's great. No, line's great. Okay. Whoa.
Curl, if anything.
And comes right to that rock. Little separation.
Yeah. Smooth.
Derek clean turn with the target right on the center of the rock.
Whoa. Whoa.
So now skip rocks to come.
Yeah. Get your firm.
Dunstone, he'll go in turn.
Yep, yep.
Really got to go.
Really hard. Really hard, Cole.
Hard.
Straight up. Whoa,
Clean.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, in theory, yellow will hit the red on the nose, red will hit the yellow on the nose, yellow will hit the red and roll out.
No, well, whatever. Clean.
An added feature of an end like this is to save both teams a little bit of time. You saw the time clocks in the back. In fact, Matt Dunstone's already down in the hack. There's a 2-minute differential between the amount of time remaining for the Dunstone team and the amount of time remaining for the Carruthers team, along with their timeouts. Neither's in time trouble, but it never hurts to save some time. As the prediction would be that at least one of the remaining 3 ends may get pretty interesting, which is commentators' code for complicated and maybe game determining.
So the teams have banked a little time, saved a little energy for the run to the finish line. Carruthers now needs to focus on this hit to roll out.
Clean.
Does just that, so it is a blanked end. First blank end of this game, 5-4 score. Carruthers trails Dunstone. Carruthers with last rock in the 8th, and we'll have that 8th end for you in a moment.
Today's sponsor, Sunrise Credit Union. Building a brighter future together.
RME, proud sponsor of Curl Manitoba and the Scotties Women's Provincials. With 10 locations in Manitoba, RME is your preferred Case IH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
Where can you find handmade delicious pizza, classic burgers, scrumptious salads, and the finest Manitoba-sourced pressure-cooked fried chicken? From small towns to big cities with 38 locations, Chicken Chef is comfort food you can count on. We're your made in Manitoba chicken choice, and pizza choice, and salad choice, and so much more. Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
The first blank end of the game, playing now the 8th end in the 2023 Viterra Championship. And frankly, Barry Gorlick, nothing proven yet, to put it gently. A 5-4 score for Matt Dunstone over Reid Carruthers. Carruthers with last rock. His intention to use that to score the 2 to win the game. So in his mind, things are fine.
Line's good.
Dunstone not as convinced. It's going to be an entertaining last 3 ends.
I think it's close.
The last 3 ends, well, for NBA fans, there's a lot of thinking that says during the regular season and sometimes even in the playoffs, it's only the last 2 or 3 minutes of a basketball game you ever have to watch. This game has been interesting from the beginning, but in terms of outcome, right, Resby, nothing proven. They've gained all kinds of knowledge. 2 hammers to 1 makes this look an awful lot like a tie game after 10.
Line's great. Go ahead.
Somebody is going to try, maybe in this end right now, to at least get a deuce, but it has the look and feel, and frankly, for all of the fans who've assembled to watch live and for those tuning in, they're probably owed an 11-end game today. Such has been the quality of the play.
So a change of plan by Reid Carruthers here on the 8th end.
Line's good.
Dunstone center guard just a little off center, and Carruthers played the corner.
Line's close. Curl side.
Now he's going behind it after Dunstone had gone behind his center.
He's going for at least a deuce here. Has to try it. This may well be something the teams, each in their own way, would have strategized long before taking the ice this afternoon. What if we're one down with hammer and 8?
Good line.
This looks like a planned play where
Right now.
they've chosen the 8th end as the opportunity to see if they can possibly crack this game by getting at least a 2.
Right to stop.
With the run-back ability of Derek Samagalski and Connor Negevin, they're not at all worried about the clutter of Red Rocks along the center line. As evidence of the fact that Reed's now calling for an out-turn hit with a nice roll, ideally, behind that corner guard. And that will definitely signify 8th end, game on.
Whoa, curl, Derek.
Out turn, Negevin hit.
Okay.
Well, that could have been worse. He ran it through. He could have taken his own yellow rock out from behind the guard, but he didn't get
Well, I like the run.
the action that he wanted. So Lott will be asked to run the yellow guard.
The opportunity of multiple points will be eliminated right now if this shot is made.
Hard. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Watch this roll.
Makes the shot. Kills both the guard and the rock in the rings. Does stick for a guard.
Great job.
Perfectly executed shot. Unbelievably high rate of speed. And so now Reed is looking at plan B. Being to start to fashion a blank and try again next end.
Whoa.
But most definitely needing to eliminate the possibility of being forced.
Sweet, bud. Nice job, Brad.
And the crowd is really getting into it.
They're really enjoying the display of power curling here.
Clean. Whoa.
Neufeld will play the in-turn hit on the rock top 8-foot circle.
Whoa. Clean. Shot.
Nose hit.
Just a little.
Let's go for this. I'm seeing out turn with bump.
Yeah. Forward, yep. Like it. Beats good.
Clean.
Beats good.
Yep.
Samagalski. Out, turn, hit.
Whoa. Yep. Nice throw, Derek.
Shot.
Great weight.
Once again, the nose hit. Now the roll probably can't sit. I might be able to roll and sit on the rings behind that guard, but very high to do anything with.
And the distance between the guard and that rock and the rings is, in the minds of these athletes, negligible.
Not negligible is correct. Negligent, not so much.
Close. Yep.
But we were headed in the same direction.
Hard.
We knew it began with an N.
Clean.
Whoa.
But he does roll across, hang it on the corner.
In-turn easy. Could play that same normal I had you play here earlier. Yep, easy.
Last of third stones here. The 8th end of the 2023 Viterra Championship, Manitoba Men's Curling Championship.
Roll. Yep. Okay. Good throw there. Board?
Rolls partially under.
Right here?
But on this ice, at this time of the game, with the movement that has been increasing into these later ends, that rock is wide open with board weight, bumper weight.
In turn from the wide side. Just wants to play just past that corner guard to the face of the Carruthers stone in the rings.
Gotta go, Pete. Gotta go to kill it.
Doesn't get the curl he's looking for, hits and rolls it out. But Carruthers now with 2 rocks left. Dunstone with 1.
One more try at a skip's deuce, but frankly it would require at least a partial miss by Matt Dunstone. But Reed's going to try to sink this one, put it in a very dark place behind a single guard to at minimum force a run back by Dunstone.
Looking, I think, for full 8 foot. At least. Too deep runs the risk of over curling.
You got room. Close or hard? Wait. Okay. I got close.
Room, Derek.
Line's close.
Line's good. Full 8 foot, Derek. Full 8. Line's good. Curl side. Okay, your curl side.
Derek pivoting to try to scrape it in the direction he wants it to move.
Curl distance.
Come on, easy.
Whoa.
Easy.
Curl.
Yep.
Curl.
Yeah, I think the run's probably easiest, eh? Yep. Dead middle of the rock.
Again, a pretty relative description. Easiest, a 10 or 11 foot run, so long as you have the talent that these curlers do.
So Carruthers does the job. He gets that rock buried. Dunstone will play the nose run back. The dead perfect run back forces Carruthers to draw for 1. But any kind of roll off probably allows a blank opportunity. We'll see in a moment. That is the in-turn hit, run back.
Hard!
And hits it right past. So Carruthers has manufactured the skip's deuce, assuming that this draw is made.
Seemingly from nowhere.
From nowhere. Carruthers delivers, out-turn draw. Semigalski, the single sweeper on this 3-person team.
Okay, you're fine. Really curling.
Across the logo into the top of the rings. And he will make contact with that Yellowstone in the 8-foot. So it is the skip's deuce. Reed Carruthers with a pair of shots. One well-placed rock behind the guard. Dunstone hits but can't make the run back, and it is now a score of 6-5 Carruthers going to the 9th end. And we'll have that 9th end in just a moment. Thank you for joining us for this Manitoba Championship draw, brought to you by Seagram's VO. Masterfully blended, distinctly Canadian. You can win a pair of tickets for the 2023 Tim Hortons Brier in London or the 2023 BKT Tires and OK Tire Men's Worlds in Ottawa, plus $500. Or maybe equip your team with a set of 4 of Asham's new Ultra Force brushes. And at the same time, support the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame and Museum and Curl Manitoba's Curling for Life Endowment Fund. Raffle tickets are available now. 1 for $5, 4 for $10, 10 for $20. Buy online at fundingchange.ca/Curl Manitoba or scan the QR code on your screen right now.
Curling in the small town part of Manitoba is really big in the winter. It's something for the community to do, and it really brings the community together. We can hold annual events like our Bonspiels and our weekly nights. It's really something to do for everyone in the community. You can do it from any age.
Back inside the Yellowhead Center, it is the Viterra Championship Trophy, and still not clear who's going to be hoisting it. Will it be Reed Carruthers and his team? Will it be Matt Dunstone and his team? Carruthers just now scoring a deuce on the 8th end after blanking the 7th. And that's the trophy. That's the prizes, the Buffalo Crests, the Manitoba Jackets. Both teams will be going on to the Brier. One of them will be Team Manitoba. One of them will be a wild card entry. Entirely possible this is a final game for a Brier. Not so far down the road. But one of them will have won the Manitoba title today in Neepawa, Manitoba.
And regardless of the color schemes on each of their professional uniforms, showcasing the folks who've stepped up to sponsor them. At the moment, for all 8 players on the ice, their very most favorite colors are yellow and brown.
And in this modern world of players moving back and forth, you pause to reflect whether a player like Ryan Harnden can fully adopt the concept, but we know that if they go as Team Manitoba, he will be a proud wearer of that jacket. I'm going to, Barry, deviate from the script a moment. During that last commercial pack, you did see the reference to the Manitoba Curling Hall of Fame Curl Manitoba Endowment Fund raffle. In fact, probably we should have done a little administrative work and pulled those ads out of today's game. The requirement was for the ticket sales to end and for the draw to be made at 4 o'clock today. So that draw has been made, and to meet an obligation to for public announcement, the 2 winners are Pierre Allen from Winnipeg, the first prize winner, Marvin Arison from Niverville, second prize winner. We will be in touch, if you happen to be watching, over the next couple of days with the prize details.
Which makes me 0 for 218 in curling-related lottery draws, and I couldn't be happier, Resby. The money goes to a fantastic cause. Please treat my $40 as a donation.
And absolutely appreciated, as is appreciated the contributions of all who have supported that fundraising raffle.
Okay, this should slide better.
So we see the yellow center guard by Carruthers.
Easy.
Dunstone goes around. Carruthers follows from the other side.
Where's the weight?
Dunstone back. Carruthers now with the out-turn draw, trying to get to the nose of his Yellowstone, tap it a little bit.
Okay.
That's pretty good. So within the next 30 to 40 minutes, all viewers, both in person and through the live stream, we'll have an outcome. Speaking for myself, the curlers are going to be exhausted. The excitement level is going to continue to build. And I don't know how much energy anyone who's enjoyed this final will have left. But apparently, in order to calm our nerves afterward, for those who are at all interested, there's a football game on later. But compared to this, for curling fans, it's going to pale by comparison. This is curling at its absolute best, Resby.
Well, and you saw Matt Dunstone say we can make all three of them go this way. He knew he wasn't going to kill all three of them, but he certainly got rid of two. Got rid of the red stone from the back of the forefoot.
So how does Matt fashion his own deuce in response to the two score that the Carruthers team made an 8? It isn't obvious to me at the moment, Resby.
Not yet. They don't have the rocks in play to make that happen. And it's entirely possible that Matt has already concluded he wants a blanked end here in order to only need to score one deuce. The guard curls a little bit past the center line further than required, but it's still going to have some bearing on the outcome.
Whoa, clean. Whoa, clean. Yep. Whoa, off. Whoa.
Here it comes.
Right off, clean. Whoa, yep.
Well, that roll wanted to be longer in Matt Dunstone's mind. The double here and roll behind the guard very much in play for Reid Carruthers.
Half the rocks of the end already used up. Momentarily, there will be no red stones left in the rings. And if you want 2 of the remaining 4 to count, there's no obvious way to get that outcome in this end. So I think you're right, Rasby. Depending on this result, Matt's going to shift gears and be playing a blank.
Whoa! Curl!
Double kill, doesn't roll dead behind the guard, but in fact is open enough that Dunstone can be thinking about several different things, but he appears to be thinking most about playing the hit, roll open.
Clean. Whoa for heavy. Clean. Clean, yep. Whoa, Brian. Clean, yep. Whoa. Yep, whoa.
Yes.
Hard. Good job. Just a nose hit. I see just a nose hit.
Well, roll. Just any roll. Just get her closer. Normal weight. Same. We'll go same. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Any roll. Good, Derek. Control.
Yeah. Clean. Whoa.
PJ Neufeld now in turn hit. Last of the third stones.
Hard, Ryan. Really gotta go. Really got to go.
He's going to hit and roll out.
Very good.
Not out of play. Well out to the 12-foot. Carruthers would be happy with a nose hit out here.
Nose isn't the end of the roll. I'll go to roll in the next.
Fine, bud.
I think nose isn't the end of the world is him perhaps disagreeing with you, Resby, that he'd much prefer to have a bit of an inside roll to give more ring for Matt to have to roll out with when his final shot comes.
Nose.
Okay, bud.
A very high level of strategic analysis by Reed Carruthers.
And after consulting with Derek Samogolski, they in fact have sent the instruction that they do want to play the nose. So it just took Reed and Derek, or Reed a little longer to get there than I did.
He's young, he'll learn.
I would suggest my logic would be that he wants the nose over there this time, and then if Matt happens to roll in, he has the opportunity to roll behind the guard to try to force.
Exactly.
So if they trade shots here on the nose, Reed would want to roll with his second one.
And here again, the 12-inch diameter of the rock means that the angle to get in behind the guard and to be still ahead of the tee line, eliminating any draw down to it, is becoming increasingly shallow. Pardon me, steep, which is what Reed's looking for.
More favorable.
That too.
So Dunstone's first stone here in the 9th end.
Clean. Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Clean. Whoa. Pete.
Pete, you gotta go, Pete. You gotta go, Pete.
Hard. 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 Hard.
A little bit of roll.
Yeah, so even right on the R, right? Yeah.
Sit. Close?
Okay.
What do you think, Max?
I think it's...
Okay, a little less?
Yeah. Like that.
They're playing the draw.
He said with surprise, apparently, in his voice.
Game on. It comes back to the discussion, we'll continue it in a moment, about you want to be one up with hammer, one down without, tied. Reed's trying to put his stone right behind the yellow guard on the second R in Viterra, right in the 8-foot. Game on.
Hit it a bit. Hit it a bit.
Hard line. Hard line. Okay, line's okay.
Whoa. Whoa.
An acknowledgement by Reed he'd rather be one down.
Okay, match line.
No question.
Curl this, Derek. Got to curl, Derek. Hard. Curl, Derek.
Curl.
Curl. Curl, Derek. Hard. Easy. Hard. Hard, Derek.
Curl.
Curl.
Curl. Curl. Curl. Curl.
It's not often that your commentating crew is speechless, ladies and gentlemen, but that's one for the books.
You see any of it?
First thought would be this. I think this might be there just because you gotta.
I just got to move it up.
You gotta move it to here.
What's that? Okay, well then the intern's the play.
Yeah.
We got to play the intern at this.
Tied
Yeah.
with hammer in 10.
Well, I mean, you gotta
Reed's
get it.
winning
Yeah.
60 or 61% of the time based on old data that doesn't include the no-tick rule. One down with hammer, he's still got a better than even chance of winning.
Close. I mean, this is where you play the other one.
Yep. He's going to get the curl.
Curl here. I think
if Matt somehow can get to this rock with enough momentum to get his 2,
Yeah, just to the half.
then we're looking at an extra end at minimum.
Looks like I can almost take it a little more.
So no indication by BJ and Matt that they were caught by surprise by the call. Perhaps expected it.
Why would I beat it to you in this spot?
There's a reason why they would have wanted more inside roll on the hit. Final stone and 9. Dunstone trails 6-5. Carruthers has said, come and get it.
Hard, Pete.
It's really got to move.
Got to move across to get to that Yellowstone. He's going to have to move it a couple of feet. He does not, slides right by. A brilliant call, Barry Gorlick. Brilliant, more brilliant execution by Reed Carruthers, and a shot unexpected by us at the level we watched the game, and I'm in awe.
Me too. The shot of the week is still the one we showed in the highlight package earlier from yesterday. The call of the week is the one that you just witnessed.
Absolutely outstanding. Brilliant call, brilliant execution. 7-5 Carruthers over Dunstone, going to the home end. We'll have that for you in a moment. We hope you're enjoying this Manitoba Championship Curling, brought to you by Seagram's 83, Manitoba's favorite Canadian whiskey.
Where can you find handmade delicious pizza, classic burgers, scrumptious salads, and the finest Manitoba-sourced pressure-cooked fried chicken? From small towns to big cities with 38 locations, Chicken Chef is comfort food you can count on. We're your made in Manitoba chicken choice, and pizza choice, and salad choice, and so much more. Chicken Chef, bring your appetite. We'll take care of the rest.
Eat.
Meet.
Stay.
Canada Inn's destination centers are your home for hospitality, with 10 locations in Manitoba and 1 in North Dakota, featuring the finest in accommodations, food and beverage, entertainment, banquet and conference facilities, and so much more. For the best service and best value, your only stop is Canada Inn's. Call today at 1-888-33-CANAD or visit us right now at canadainns.com.
Well, we're back in the arena. 7-5, Carruthers leads Dunstone coming home. Frankly, friends, your commentators are still in awe of the shot we just witnessed, both the call and the execution. The execution, not just the delivery by Reed Carruthers, but the three-man team, Connor Negovin calling the sweep, Derek Samagalski thus doing the sweeping, Derek Samagalski ignoring Reed Carruthers at the end when Reed was saying, you got to take it, and Derek did not. He laid off, and it curled right into that spot. They really wanted it. We still say the double angle hit, probably the shot of the week because of the glory shot. The glory shot is always going to be the shot of the week, the one with a lot of drama and the noise and the rocks rolling. But that's a close second shot of the week.
Certainly the strategic call of the week, and we've seen a lot of strategic calls this week, Resby.
Yeah, you're right about that. The double angle hit was in fact a desperation call. It was the only thing available, so it took no decision. This took, in the context of a game, this was a courageous call.
Good line.
Everything at play.
Yep, go ahead. Even them up.
27 rocks thrown by each of the front-end players to that point. Reed watching every one of them, knowing the speed, knowing that he has an absolute beast, and I mean that as the ultimate compliment, in Derek Samagalski as a soul sweeper, and knowing that Connor Negevin, who's been self-deprecating about being a little rusty in calling line, simply knows how to rise to the occasion. A true team shot, and what a shot.
Clean. Just clean.
It's not light there.
Yep, yep.
It's not light there.
Yep. Line.
Easy, guys.
Yep, yep. Yep. Clean, clean. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Pair of yellow stones in the center of the rings, up the center line.
Good shot.
And the guard.
Freeze the intern one.
Hack.
Do you like freezing the intern side?
Go here for now, too. We're always
Yeah.
going to have that.
Yeah, I like
sure.
this.
Full top 8.
So now with 6 red rocks still to come, I'm going to go out on a limb and say every one of them has to be made and made perfectly.
Hit a rope. Line's good. Close. Close for line.
Starting
Hard.
with
Just
this
line.
corner
Have
freeze.
to. Well, line's good. Stay close. Yep. Hard. Really got to go. You're right to stop on this. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
And he does make the first one, drawing that red one into the top of the rock on the top of the button, a 4-foot.
5 to go.
Yeah, I like that. Time out.
So now they talk about, what do we do now?
Might be too early to rattle rocks, but let's listen in.
Like he's got 2 shots right now. He's either going again or he's playing this now.
First that was the intern freeze because then it kind of takes away his hit and roll as well, right? Because then he's nutting it onto us.
Like right now he still is nutty. He still is nutting it. Like you could even go here too.
Yeah, that's fine too.
Yeah. Yeah. Like this is probably pretty good.
Yeah, it's completely fine.
Yeah.
The other shot I had was guard, so like corner freeze that is completely fine. No, I know. That's why I like putting it on that.
I had 14.9 on his. So like you're thinking 15.2. So like bouncing's no good. So like this is good. I think you're throwing a 15.2. You guys like that?
Yep.
Okay.
We don't have a yellow rock telestrator icon, but you saw where Reed tapped the spot.
Give me a nice release, eh? Otherwise, it's quick here, but you got to have a nice release on it. Because if you're light and you keep the good line, it's completely fine, right? So.
Connor Negevin in full coaching mode.
Exactly. Good release, bud. Take your time.
Lots of time on the clock. No hurry at all.
Love the weight.
Where?
Tight.
Yep. Line.
Line. Gotta go line.
Line.
Weight's good.
Line. Whoa. Stay close. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. 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 Yep.
You will over curl and tap that high guard.
Freeze it again.
Another one into here.
Same thing, Cole.
That's not terrible because it widens the path to the next freeze and means that if they choose to, Team Carruthers can follow it down.
Line's good.
Colton Lott. Last of second stones in this final end, or at least this 10th end.
Count it for bouncing.
Time will tell if it's the final end.
Gotta stop.
Is going to curl. Little separation. Will Carruthers play the run, play past and tap the red to push the second red off the center line?
Yeah. Yeah, I did see this as well. Stuff.
The straight hit with about a quarter of the rock visible.
Yeah.
But the earlier suggestion about just following it down in the same path as Colton Lott's rock just traveled.
If he doesn't touch the second red stone, it stays stymied, unable to promote the red to the yellow shot.
It's okay. It's close.
Samagalski.
Yep. Line. Line. Hard con. Hard. Hard.
Starts to go as it gets to those, but it's going past.
Yep.
He is going to get.
Burnt it. Burnt it. Okay. Okay, I'll just hit it back here.
Going into the house. Just gotta try and tap ours on the nose.
So a burnstone.
Push it to here a bit.
That little extra effort and sweep.
Just get the nose. You want to move it a rock.
Try to put the rocks back where they were, remove the burned rock.
We're looking at 15 seconds here.
The touch would have been earlier than that.
Line's good. Close line. Stay close.
I'm wondering whether it
Close,
was
yep.
a touch between the hog lines where the yellow rock is automatically removed.
Real hard! Oh!
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Yep. Yep. Yep.
So
Stay on it.
he now curls to the center line, makes that tap. That red rock still cannot be promoted against the yellow.
You made it. But
There was a single yellow rock back against the bumper. Every other rock is either in play or about to be in play. Derek Samagalski's final stone down a path he knows well, and Reed is needing to talk about it.
They'll look things over. They'll bring the veteran coach Rob Meekin to the rink side as well to talk about possibilities.
Reed does not like the angles on the red stones.
Well, you have to get to there. Like, if you're here, no, this is not great. Well, is there any other shots?
the only other shot is like hacking it on the nose. That's
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I think it's hard. I think it's just red.
Personally, you can see half of this. I think your shot is actually to play back line and kill.
Okay. You want to kill it? The killing, it's fine.
It gives us a chance to only give him 10. I just don't think your room for error is all that. You don't have a lot of just. Well, I know. Yeah. You can see. No, it's not. It's not. If you're not seeing it to your eye, then let's just freeze and go right there. Okay?
The freeze is completely fine.
Yeah,
Both shots are good.
if you get into here, it's okay, because then this killing through. Yes. Oh, you can. Yes. Yeah. 100%.
I missed it completely.
Yeah,
It has to be between the hog lines because they didn't even talk
Okay.
about...
Okay. 15.
So did I, but then they wouldn't, as a matter of sportsmanship, automatically have kicked the yellow rock off. It's Matt's discretionary call.
Yep.
So let's not bother.
You got it, Matt.
So in the end, I think they've settled on the draw.
Yeah, and it comes back to the very thoughtful analysis by Reed Carruthers and Connor Negevin. And it comes down to this, really. It's Derek who has to make the shot. And
if you can't see it, we can't call it.
They were concerned he wasn't loving it and maybe not even seeing it in his mind.
That he's over curled a little bit.
Nice shot.
Set up a wall a lot further out than he had intended to. Now we're talking about a run. Yellow onto two reds. Probably laying three reds.
So there is 220 pounds of granite in the rings, 3 red and 2 yellows. And there isn't a really clean run
I just
path.
think this six is never going to roll to a favorable spot for us.
This rock may be virtually open to run into the pile.
Okay, like
This rock
Yeah, it's really good.
looks as if it's ever so slightly overlapped to run into the
It's just
pile.
anything off of it is terrible. Like anything.
Yes and no.
Anything this is bad.
Ah.
This is bad. Well, he just lobs it in,
Yeah,
and then
makes the run double easier.
Yeah.
Timeout.
So a timeout, and we're going to listen to conversation because it's fascinating, quite frankly.
They want to try a run, but the problem is the angles aren't good.
And I'm good with trying to sit 3 right now too.
Yeah, I mean, if I nose it, our shooter's in a really good spot. It's going to be.
Nose is best because I think we want the 6 to just plant here.
Yeah.
We don't want this 6 to splash out here.
For sure. Like I see it as like a normal weight shot.
Normal? Yeah, like he's playing this, right?
Okay, I'm okay with it.
That's best shot. And this one here. What if we double peeled right now?
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
But
he can't get rid
they
of 2.
don't like those
What if
rocks
we rip
there
that double peel?
because there isn't a clean path on either one of them to guarantee a run back.
Okay, I
Here.
like the freeze.
Hit. Fight the 4.
So they've decided to play a draw shot, a freeze that is going to come down in here,
I'm gonna here for wheat.
How's
a
this look,
path they
Beach?
haven't actually played this end yet.
Yeah, I'm going wider than him, I think. I'm thinking 14.5.
Now the good news for Team Dunstone is they have 3 rocks left to Carruthers 2. At the risk of repeating, this one has to be made.
It is B.J. Neufeld
You can go if you need.
trying to draw to the corner of the shot stone in the 4-foot.
Great. Close, Pete. Close. Yep. Whoa, no. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yes! Hard! Whoa. Great shot.
Brilliant shot.
Pressure shot. Absolutely necessary. Great call on the line with Ryan Harnden coming in at the last second to give it the last few licks.
Did get a little rub on that red stone that's sitting on the center line just outside the 4-foot.
They were a little bit caught because it was not a pound, but a few ounces heavy. But it's nicely positioned.
So we see one lonely yellow rock in the 4-foot circle, a cluster of 4 behind a whole set of guards, and one yellow top 12-foot. Carruthers will try to come to that red stone, and I would think he would want to tap it just a little bit, push the yellow rock right over behind and unlock things.
The good news is he's had a lesson as a substitute teacher in exactly what path to follow. Coming right down the track of BJ Neufeld's last one.
Samagalski. And he does unlock it.
That's really good. So we were at 220 pounds in the rings. We're all the way up to 308.
So Matt Dunstone now is now going to have to
This is the shot.
hit something.
Yep, one try and roll and shoot it right in front of us.
Yep.
Just normal?
Yeah, whatever you're feeling.
Yep, I like normal.
Okay. Sliver high.
Sliver high. Can't see this going nuts.
Nope.
How's that look?
So the play is on the yellow rock to the right of the center line. Sorry about that, BJ. It's going to have to be this right one.
Even a little less here, Beach. Normal weight.
The tolerance on this shot, well, frankly, there is no tolerance.
Tight to the center line guard.
He'll start all over again. An excellent demonstration for young curlers. Regroup and go at it again.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Hard.
Whoa.
Hard.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
He does make the multi-combination shot.
Wow.
Red now lies 3.
That worked out just perfect because it squirted the yellow rock out in that direction so that Reed can make no use of it.
Like, if I do this, right, you're just basically trying to move it so we're here. Then I don't know what he has for multiple.
Okay. He's got like a nose hit.
Well, if we get it to here, it's okay.
Yeah.
Right?
That shot may move into the shot of the week category.
Or this one might, although it looks boring. If he is able to tap it
I'm going into this too hard.
right into the gap between those two shots, previously known in earlier curling times as the crotch of those two shots.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's going to be pretty good.
I could lie third.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. If you could lie third, and then it's a. I guess he's throwing a half waiter. I was wondering if it kicks this. Does it kick this? If you just hair the
Well, it
flag?
kicks this.
Yeah, and then does the one go?
No, I don't think one ever goes.
No, with smooth it doesn't.
There's a chance, I guess.
And
I guess if it goes to here.
Then we got.
Okay. Okay.
You seeing that?
Yeah, sure. I have to like just miss this,
Yeah,
right?
just miss it, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think so. Or if you like the chisel, it's fine.
It's hard. Both are hard.
Both are hard.
Still looking at
Yeah, maybe it does move it.
This.
We don't want to like whisker this one though.
No, I know.
Okay.
more like this.
Okay, let's try this.
Okay, yeah.
So just try to just miss this.
Yeah, just miss that.
Okay. Right there.
Got it, man. Good throw here, Ram.
Well, when things were looking so great, now Reed Carruthers comes to the hack for his final stone.
Outturn hit, I think he's
An outturn hit. He wants to hit the inside of his yellow stone, maybe runs it back and hits a red one, but rolls inside. But he does leave 1, 2, 3 red rocks, and all of a sudden, final score, 9-7. Matt Dunstone over Reed Carruthers. All hard to believe the way that last rock went, that last end went. My goodness gracious, one of the great, most entertaining, certainly, curling ends in the history of this Manitoba Curling Championship, which has seen a tremendous number. The shot, Barry Gorlick, the draw shot on the 9th end we thought was brilliant, and remarkable execution, brilliant call. Now we see Matt Dunstone playing the shot of the week, no question.
Come on!
No question. Before we went on air, Resby, you said, I have a feeling there's going to be a 3 in this game. Well, you were right. What an incredibly beautifully played game, and when it came down to the 10th end, for those folks who've watched curling for a while, wow.
Well, Barry Gorlick, I got to take a run down to ice level to help with the closing ceremony, the presentation of the trophies. I know we're going to be going to Ken Playtink in a moment, but you're going to need to chatter on here by yourself a little bit as we do go down to ice level. We can... So, Barry, just a quick reflection on the entire week, 2023 Viterra Championship.
Okay, Nipawa, Cree word for land of plenty. In the land of curling, we got plenty this week. It was absolutely incredibly exciting to watch. I hope fun for all of the fans, but either of these teams, both of whom are going to the Brier, can beat anyone at the Brier. They demonstrated that again today.
Might I suggest, I did suggest earlier, is there a possibility that what we're talking about is in fact the Brier final? And is there a possibility Reed Carruthers says, not this time, pal?
And listen, I'm a homer, so take that into account for those who like sports betting, but don't bet against it.
So, that is it for me from Nipawa. It's been a privilege working with you, Barry Gorlick, working with all of the other volunteers who have helped with this Curl Manitoba streamcast. It's just been fun. A year from now in Stonewall, are you available?
Have to check my calendar. You know how retirement is, Resby. There's so much time to do everything. There's never any time to do anything.
Exactly.
I'd love to go to Stonewall. And one other thing, thanks to our hardworking crew who are not volunteers in the stuffy trailer just below our booth, who I think gave our fans, especially today with the remote camera, some really glorious images.
So we will soon be able to go down to ice level for an interview with Ken Playtink with Matt Dunstone. As soon as that happens, we will be breaking away to conduct the trophy presentation ceremony. But Barry, East St. Paul, Scotties, some wonderful curling. Neepawa, Manitoba, the Viterra Championship, equally wonderful. Some spectacular shot making in the men's game, more power than perhaps, but no lack of finesse either.
And that's the beauty of the men's game. They have no choice. They have to be able to play finesse shots. But then those upweight shots are really something to behold. It's equivalent to the pro golf game. How they generate the type of speed out of the hack that they do purely with leg drive and momentum is something when you see it live. It's actually a bit breathtaking.
So it's been a wonderful week of curling, and we go now to Ken Playtink with Matt Dunstone.
All right, up here with me right now is your 2023 Viterra Men's Champion, Matt Dunstone. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, great game, great finish. Tell me about your last shot. What was going through your head?
Yeah, you know, you just got to trust the sweepers. We got Ryan Harden sweeping that side for a reason, so I want to throw that to him. A little bit of a straighter spot, and I mean, hats off to my boys for setting up the end. I mean, I'm not put in that position without them making 6 in a row in front of me. So, you know, just to stick with it, it was looking a little dicey, especially after the 9th, but really proud of the way we battled in that 10th.
Tough week this week in terms of a lot of games in a short amount of time. How do you feel your team played all week long?
Yeah, we just got better and better each and every game we played. Just kept building, and that's kind of what we've done all season, is just played our best curling later in the event. And yeah, I mean, it's a lot of games. I'm looking forward to having a good little sleep here over the next week. But yeah, really happy right now.
Now, you are not done with those opponents just yet. You'll be seeing them again in just a few weeks when you guys compete for a national championship. First of all, what do you have to say about Reed Carruthers and his team?
Unbelievable. I mean, I don't know if Reed missed anything at all today. He was amazing. It's so great that we have, you know, it's not just two teams. I mean, you look at the Calvert team, Irwin team, who had a great week too. I mean, we have so many great teams in this province, and us and Reed have been able to push each other throughout the entire season. And I think that's, every province needs something like that. I know they make us better, and I like to think that we make them better as well. So it's, you know, it's year one of many more battles with this team to go.
Okay, so the one question I didn't ask you, how does it feel to be a 2023 champion?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, third provincial win and the first one with the Buffalo, which is obviously pretty special, and you know, to come home, do it for the first time. So many familiar faces here that I used to see all the time, and obviously I took a little 5-year hiatus. So I mean, to have everybody here, you know, it's an amazing feeling.
And I believe I was told 17 years ago you won your first championship, and we have the banner, a shot of the banner right now. We're going to show that to you guys in just a few seconds, but that was your first championship. Now you got another Manitoba championship. Congratulations, and is there anybody you want to say thank you to or say anything to?
Just a huge thanks to our main sponsor, Coyote Tractor. Couldn't do it without you guys. Your support throughout the entire season puts us in this position right now. So thank you guys so much, and thanks to all of our fans, friends, family, everybody who cheered us on. You know, we hear you guys, and we really appreciate it.
All right, your champion for 2023, the Viterra Men's Champions, Matt Dunstone in his rink. They are going to be getting on those bisons just a few seconds from now. We're going to have our closing ceremonies. Thank you so much for joining us, but stick with us. We still will have those just a few minutes.
32 teams just living the dream. And I want to congratulate the players. And now we can turn the page to the next chapter of the book. And London is in that chapter. We've got great representatives. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray, for the host committee, Heather Tomerick and Scott Newton, and Scott is speaking.
Thanks, Resby. It was a treat of a game to watch, and thanks, guys, for putting on a great show. It's been 9 days since we took over the Elephant Center, and here we are at the completion of the Viterra Men's Championship. We started jam-packed weeks with some hard work to get everything set up, and followed up with 5 amazing days of grilling here at the arena, and fun across the Sliders Lounge. We had grilling fans, socializing fans, and everyone in between to take in the show. It really was a great showcase of the sport of grilling. On behalf of the entire hosting committee, we would like to extend a big thank you to everyone that had a big part of the event. From Curl Manitoba to the ice makers, to our volunteers and sponsors, there were a pile of people that were integral to make this event happen. We would like to thank all the teams that competed this week. You have all treated us with a world-class curling event and should be proud of the games that were played out here. Congrats to both teams, especially the Dunstone, but both teams on a great week, and look forward to cheering you on in London. With that, thanks everyone for coming out, tuning in, and it's been a great week.
Thank you, Scott. Folks, I'm not a big gambler, but I know that a couple of groups who participated in the Calcutta want to thank both these teams because you got them, they're running back and made a little profit when they made the 2 high-priced teams in the Calcutta. I'm also going to tell you that while I'm not a big gambler, I might go find a jam on the side and see if I can't lay a bet that this will be the Briar final as well. And I'm not prepared to bet on which way it'll go, because that was a dandy, and the second match could go the other way quite easily. Time now to present the awards, and we're going to ask Team Carruthers if you go to the trophy table with MCA, Manitoba President Keith Johnston and Ray Malone to receive the finalist prizes for Team from Morris, Reed Carruthers, Derek Sapkowski, Connor Neverman, and their coach Rob Meegan. While that presentation is happening, I want to give special acknowledgement to Braden Calvert's team, who played so well into this morning. Braden, Kyle Curtis, Ian McMillan, and Rob Gordon would be considered the bronze medalists. And now to our champions. We'll call forward. Lead, Ryan Harnden. Second, Colton Locke. Third, Jay Neufeld. Matt Championship coach Adam Kingsbury. We have the giant trophy, which frankly is too heavy to lift. We'll leave it on the table. Although physical condition of these young men, I really shouldn't say that. That comes as a challenge, I suspect. The jackets, the buffalo crests, the very nice plaque that
Harnden, Colton Lott, BJ Neufeld, Matt Dunstone. Our 2023 North champions, Kansas Manitoba Curlers. Matt, if I asked you to say a word, would you? Oh, you're going to try to heft that trophy. Sure, get the littlest guy on the team to heft the trophy. I think we're doing that.
Today's sponsor, Sunrise Credit Union. Building a brighter future together.
RME, proud sponsor of Curl Manitoba and the Scotties Women's Provincials. With 10 locations in Manitoba, RME is your preferred Case IH equipment dealer. RME, right by you.
You work hard to keep it all together. And when you need a little help, we're there. At PharmaSave, we see you.
Live well with PharmaSave.
You can support your curling club or the curling club in your community by buying tickets now in Curl Manitoba's online 50-50. After you win the big prize in the March 31st draw, 100% of the proceeds will be dispersed to the curling clubs of Manitoba for their use as needed. All you have to do is to be sure to click the button to assign your ticket purchase to the curling club you wish to support. To purchase your curling club's 50-50 tickets, go online to fundingchange.ca/curlmanitoba or scan the QR code on your screen now.